to happen. But yeah, those are my two Jet shows, and then Nick, whatever me and you do, man. Love you, love the chat. You have a good one, guys. Love you.
Be good, man. Take care. All right. I know it's 2 hours in. I want to thank all of you for hanging out, for setting personal high after personal high tonight in the chat with the amount of viewers. But we're not done. I told you earlier, I had two Jet content creating icons coming in for a mock draft together. First one I'm going to bring in, you see him with me all the time. You love him. You know him. He's got a wheel. He's got a trivia board. He's got an awesome personality and a killer smile, and one of my dear, dear friends who helped me out tremendously when I decided that I had enough. And I want to bring in Mr. Y2K himself. Adam, what's up, bro?
Hey, Nick. Thanks so much for having me on tonight. Man, I got. You know what this feels like? This feels like when I was a kid and I was going to an old WWF event at MSG or at the Meadowlands Arena back in the day, and they pretty much have like the big guys on like that, Hulk Hogan on about midway through, because they want you to go back and get tickets for the next show, and you'd save the other guys for the very back end of the show. So now I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
But I'm thrilled to be here, man, in all seriousness.
Oh, this is such a great comment. From personal highs to personal highs. That is well articulated. That is very good. As a former addict, that's very well done, Dane. That's fantastic. I got to bring in somebody else. And I was homeless last January. Life was bad. I was living at a hotel that I call the Hell Hotel with the awful things that were going on there. And randomly on a Friday night, I got a phone call from this guy. And without me, he knew. He saw the signs with me, and he just called out of the blue, and he said a couple simple words to me. Are you okay? And I opened up and I poured out to him and I let him know everything I was going through. And that was the day the wheels got rolling. That was the day everything for me started to click. The waters were still rough. The decisions were still bad, but I had that seed in the back of my head of it's time. And I don't know if I ever would have got there without that moment, without that phone call, and without this guy. So I owe being here and being alive today to this guy. And that, of course, and a good part that comes with him, all of that great shit, we're going to have fun doing a mock with this guy too. So, Dom, thank you again. You know how much I love you and appreciate you. But today, I wanted to tell everybody.
Oh, man. It's all good, dude. It's congratulations to you.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure and an honor to see somebody come through, the trials and tribulations of life to get to the other side one day at a time, man. So this ain't about me. This ain't about Adam. This is all about you, brother. All about you.
There'd be no me if I didn't have you guys as a support system. You know that. You know where I was. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have people like you guys in my life. So thank you.
The Jersey contingent's always in your corner. Just like I know you guys would be there for me too. So.
That's it. I'm scared to piss off anybody from New Jersey because we don't take no shit. Yeah. So I don't want to ever disappoint you guys. But
yeah, but if you start calling it pork roll, I'm out.
I just call what the label says. I just call what the label says. You show me a label, it says Trenton pork roll. It says Case pork roll. Everything says pork roll.
Oh man,
it's like if I started calling this something besides Poland Spring. It's Poland Spring. It says right there on the label. You and your North Jersey nonsense. Get out the show, Dom. God damn. Way to ruin it. Either one of you guys want to operate the mock? Dom, you want to run the mock? You want to share the screen? You want to get one up?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not good with it. I don't have a mouse. I'm not great with it. And I'd rather monitor the chat.
Give me 1 second.
Damn you, Matthias. You're another North Jersey knucklehead. And I want to thank everybody again. in the chat. I thought it was cool when I hit 50 viewers, and then we hit 60, and then we hit 65, and then we hit 70. So thank you everybody for hanging out and supporting and watching tonight. It's meant a lot to me. Thank you.
Ironically, I got to tell you, I didn't quite get to the end yet, but A&E is doing a 2-hour documentary on Scott Hall. So that's got a Razor Ramon. That's got a whole lot. I mean, I knew his story pretty well, but seeing his family interviewed about his addiction struggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're here. I'm 2 hours in on the same shit. All right. Here we go. Dom's got it up. That's what she said.
I got to put my draft hat on. There we go.
So how do we want to operate this? Dom, I'll give it to you.
Let's just run through it. No trades, no nothing like that. I mean, it's still so hard to assess.
Do you want to operate under any contingency of we got this player or that player, or we got a starting caliber guard?
However you want to do that. Yeah, I'll leave that to you guys to decide.
Well, we certainly don't need a tight end now that we kept Kenny Yeboah for a year. No, I don't think. Let's just do this clean. Let's just go with the premise that the draft is happening before free agency, and let's see what we can. Maybe one trade, but one trade max if there's a good enough offer. That's fine. I don't know. Yeah, one trade, but one trade only.
We're not searching for the trade. Put it that way. If something falls into our lap and we like it, but we're not going to do multiple.
Cool.
Agreed.
That works, man.
Agreed.
Now let me just make sure they have. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That all looks right.
Yep.
3
6.
comps. Yep.
No, they got 3 comps. The 6th and the 2 7ths. They have the Denver trade in there. So we're good to go.
All right.
Let it rip.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's let it rip. Whoa, that went fast.
That's what she said.
Oh, and looks like they changed their rankings too. Interesting. Okay, so Caleb, Drake, Marvin Harrison, Neighbors, Bowers, Alt, Rome Odunze, Cooper DeJean, Byron Murphy. Now, I will say this. We're going to operate with the under the premise that Jaden Daniels is off the board. We're not taking Jaden Daniels.
I agree with that. Wow, the difference between Fashanu really fell on this board.
He's at 17. They moved Latham down. Latham was up at 13. Yeah, they flip-flop Troy Fontenot and Latham. This looks like it just got updated.
Wow.
Dom, I gotta ask you a question with Troy. I've seen different things: tackle guard. What do you think he best projects as in the NFL?
I still think that I know that coming into the draft process and coming into the bowl games and the combine, the majority of people thought that Troy Fontenot would probably be best suited inside. Then he tested it, then he measured out with 34.5-inch arms, and they said, okay, well, he could still stay a tackle. Ideally, I think that he's probably still best suited at guard with that flexibility to play tackle. Now he's super athletic, and you probably want your better athletes out at tackle, depending on the scheme, especially in a wide zone concept. Even though the Jets don't run a lot of wide zone, they're much more inside zone, and it's almost like a 50-50 split between inside zone and power gap duo stuff that they do. So taking the big picture, not just the Jet centric view. I think that Fontenot can play tackle. He's definitely got the length to play tackle. I necessarily think he's going to still be better suited at guard. You can make the same argument and like with AVT, where he's good. He's a good tackle. He can he's serviceable there, but probably be a really, really good guard. That's what I think Fontenot is. Again, he's definitely a lot more athletic than I thought. His film in doing his film study, I got to tell you, I don't necessarily like what he does in a phone booth. Like, I think that there's still a power element to his game that's not there, but his athleticism and his recovery skill really makes up for that. I think it's actually very similar, even though the games might be a little different. I have the same kind of critiques about Talisi Fuanga that I don't know if like his recovery skill makes up for some of the things that he lacks. Now, the things that they're bad at between Fontenot and Fuanga are differ because Fuanga does have the power that I think Fontenot lacks. I think that where Fuanga's problems lie is in his pass sets. He's just a little bit short-limbed. Like, forget about his arm being 33, but his legs are short also. So it takes him an extra kick step or two to get back to his mark, and he's found off balance too much for my liking at times. So again, something that he can work on, something that can probably be coached out better. But yeah, I to answer the question, long way to answer the question. I think Fontenot can play tackle. I think he'll be a hell of a guard at the next level, though.
All right. So here's how we're gonna do it. Just in the interest of time, the three of us will nominate someone, and then we'll let the chat vote on it. I'll set up. That's why I can't. My laptop is old that I have. I can't do the share screen and YouTube. Everything lags. That's why I asked one of you guys if you could do it. That way I can have YouTube open up.
So we'll nominate somebody, and then the first three people in the chat who agree goes with it. I mean, keep it simple.
All right. Well, go ahead. Give me someone. I already typed in the one name one of you were going to put in. So, Dom, since you're running this, go ahead. Give me a name.
I'll go last. You go, Nick.
Adam, you go.
All right, fine, I'll go. I'll go first. Yeah, Dane's right. I still can't figure out how to do a poll during the shows. I still cannot find the ability to do that. So that's a side note. Yeah, for me, I'd have to nominate Fuanga. That's like the one thing when I watch. I feel like I'm actually on the rebellious side, putting Fuanga. I like him a little bit more than I do Latham. Very, very close. But to me, he is just a mauler, and I think I just trust him to be more durable, to be healthier. For me, yeah, I'm just a Fuanga guy. Hey, Johnny Jimenez, it was on A&E, so they'll be replaying it. The Scott Hall documentary.
Nick, who do you got? Bowers. He's off. So
is Curtis Samuel on the draft board, Nick?
You know what? You think Furtado can play left?
He did in college. At times, he split it. He split time between left and right.
All right. Pick that early. Can Keith Carter coach?
And I'm gonna go Latham.
Right.
So
Latham. All right, I knew that was coming. All right, chat. The poll is up. We're gonna keep it up for 1 minute. That would be a record for me.
You did do a poll?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought you couldn't do it.
I'm having issues with.
No, I can do the poll.
I can't find it. I don't know.
I can do the poll, but if I do another browser open and I'm trying to share screen too, the processor is just too slow and everything lags.
Gotcha. All right, I see one for Fuaga. Modine will take Drazon Newton.
Johnny wants to trade back.
Not an option. Sorry.
Yeah, not an option at starting at 11 o'clock. I can't. It's a school night, Johnny. All right. We got 22 votes. Anybody else? We got about another 10 seconds and we're going to end it. All right. Go ahead, Dom. Make the pick. Fuaga. How do you say?
Boom.
And Paul.
Let's go.
And here we go.
Boom. And we're there.
Wow.
And here we are. So tons of trades here. But we're not going to entertain anything right now. We probably should have thought about trading up into the second round. I thought that would have been interesting, but we didn't. So we'll just run with it now. All right. So I'll go position by position. All right. So
let's do it.
interior line, you still got some names here if that's of any interest to you.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Why did
Mahogany.
BB fall, do you think, in those rankings, Tom?
Seriously.
Any reason that he's that far down?
No, I don't. I mean, listen, PFF, adjusts everything. Also, the reality is that although Cooper Beebe is a name that we all like, and I think he's a great player, this is probably the area where he'll go, somewhere in the late second to early third. So I don't think this is crazy unreasonable. I wouldn't necessarily consider their rankings to be anything like to hang your hat on their rankings, but
okay. I'm a little surprised seeing Limmer up there ahead of him. That's why I didn't know if something.
Yeah,
this is the first
I mean,
time I've seen
Mason
Limmer ahead
McCormick shouldn't be up there, but ahead.
Yeah,
of him.
I like McCormick, but not that high.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably
All right.
a comfortable spot. Like, like I said, late second, early third is probably where BB's going to go off the board. Same thing with Mahogany. So you got some interior guys here. I'll show you the tackles just in case anyone wants to double dip. You got Patrick Paul still on the board. Dominic Pooney, who's listed as a tackle, although he can probably play all 5 positions. He's a guy I think who's also going to translate as a really good guard at the next level. Roger Rosengarten is a name. I know we took tackle. We're not going to double it up with tackle, but he's a name who's I think not getting as much love as he should. We talk about athleticism, and this guy jumps at the gym when you talk about athleticism. He's he's a right tackle. He could play left. He played the right in Washington, and like I said, he's just like overall very, very solid player. But
yeah, great run blocker. I've actually seen some draft guys who have him in their top. They have him ranked as maybe their 6th or 7th favorite tackle. Something else. Yeah.
Still a lot of good wide receivers here on the board. Jamari Thrash, Brendan Rice, Malachi Corley, Javon Baker. I think I probably think Baker would be off the board by this point. I could be wrong. Corley could as well. One team is gonna fall in love with his skill set, even though he's not a. I don't necessarily classify him as a true wide receiver, more so than an absolute offensive weapon. He's got a lot of learning to do. It's not a guy you're gonna want to pop in there and expect him to, affect the game just like you do, any other receiver that you would take this high. He's going to be. His touches are going to have to be manufactured. He's going to have to move, be moved around to against mismatches to force separation, so on and so forth. So, but you put the ball in his hands and he can score at any time. So, tons of good wide receivers, tons of good interior linemen. I'll look at some of the defensive guys too. We'll make it quick. T'Vondre Sweat still on the board. Interesting.
That's my guy.
Nice.
That's my guy.
I like him.
That's my nomination right there. We as of now, we don't have anyone. I know Armstead got released today, or will get released. People are excited. I need somebody next to Quinnen. We're losing too many guys on the interior. We haven't signed anyone, so
I'm fine with that pick too. Here, to be honest with you, but considering that there's plenty of wide receivers that we can still pluck in the next.
And we got 2 4s coming up, so
right.
I
really like Blaine. I like Blaine Carter
a
lot. Yeah, I like Carter quite a bit. So, but I think you can get him in the 4th and possibly in the 4th round. But a 3-year captain of Duke, that sounds like something right out of the Jets drafting playbook.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Carter's, criminally underrated. However, I do think if you're looking for the Jets, I think Carter would probably be more of your Solly Thomas role, the guy who's going to come in and play 3 tech more often after Quinnen Williams or subbing in. Whereas you can line up T'Vondre Sweat next to Quinnen Williams, even though he's not going to be on the field much in third downs or in passing situations. I think T'Vondre Sweat's role would be one that the Jets would be looking to fill more.
All right, so Nick, you're nominating T'Vondre Sweat. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go T'Vondre Sweat as well.
Oh, we're going to double it. Well, I got to pick somebody different then. Then I guess I got to go Cooper Beebe. Let's pick up another piece on the offensive line.
All right. It's a 2-man race.
Right. BB, poll is up. Poll is up, chat.
Yeah. You're going to put Sweat's name on there twice just to see what happens? Just see what the chat would do?
No, split the votes. What are you talking about?
Now, here's an interesting name I want you guys to remember. I mean, I don't think it would be here. I think both of these guys might go a little bit later, but don't discount if the Jets don't make any big splashes in free agency on the defensive line. Don't discount either Austin Booker or Gabe Murphy as contingencies for the Jets. They both have enough pass rushing chops that they could step in and fill some of that role as your third down pass rush specialist that will probably be losing in Bryce Huff.
Okay.
Austin Booker especially, I think he's got a lot of bend. I think he's really good. He didn't test out in Indianapolis very well. I think he might have hurt his stock, but for a team like whoever, in the third or fourth round, whereas before he was getting clear round 2 buzz, he might drop a little bit. And Gabe Murphy is another guy who's under the radar. Short arms, only 31-inch arms, but he has a pass rush plan, time in and time out. I just went over with the Green Bean Beanbaggers. We did a film breakdown and we were watching some Jordan Morgan that happened to be playing UCLA and Gabe Murphy gave him fits. He's with speed, with power. He's not as bendy as a guy like Austin Booker, but just names to remember. Just throw those in the memory bank.
All right.
All right. We're going to end it. Sweat's the pick, Don.
T'Vondre Sweat. And we're off to the 4th round here, boys.
Sounds good.
And boom. Now is the time you could, this is a realistic. If they go running back, the Jets have used a 4th round pick for running back. Audric Estime is an interesting one. Big guy, kind of like Thunder to the Breece Hall Lightning. More of a one cut and go kind of guy. I don't know how much run he'd get, or if the Jets are willing to invest another 4th rounder in a running back. But
Trey Benson's still on the board? Wow.
Trey Benson's still on the board. You still got Javon Baker, Cornelius. My pick here is Javon Baker without
Thanks,
question.
Bonesy. Have a good night, brother.
Okay.
Of course, I went first last time. Dom, you're up first this time.
Javon Baker, wide receiver from UCF, without a doubt.
Okay.
Now look at the interior line.
Adam, while I'm typing.
Cooper Beebe is still on the board.
Beebe is still there.
All right. So by default, we'll put Beebe in since he was there last time, right?
Chad, good luck with this one. This is going to be tough.
Adam, you got one?
Well, we got 2 picks almost back to back, so it helps.
Yeah. So we got Beebe, we've got Baker. Could you pull up
how about we just put up, to save time, you want to put up 4?
And take the
we'll
top
put
2?
up 4 guys. And we'll take the top 2. Or
you want
or
running backs, you
SQ
said,
thing?
Adam?
Yep. Oh, Estime, Estime and Allen are both good power back. There's a lot of good running backs here. I'll be honest with you, but I like Estime as like that different counter. I think Trey Benson's rated a little bit higher, but I want somebody a little bit different than Breece. And Allen's a little bit raw. I like him, but he's a bulldozer. But
yeah, Trey Benson is. I think. Like a dollar store Breece Hall. Like he's gonna help you he's gonna catch a lot of passes. If he gets put in the right situation, he can catch 60 passes in a year.
Yeah, I want somebody a little different. I don't even love the veteran running backs. I really want to draft one more than I want to sign one. So I want to put Estime on this poll.
Okay. So that's 3.
All right, let me get back over here. Let me see safeties.
I was thinking safeties too, yeah. Bishop,
Cole Bishop, Malik Mustafa, I think are names, or this is like the soft boy. Tyke Smith is a really, really good player. I think he's going to be more of a nickel in the pro. So just keep that in mind. I think, if we didn't have Michael Carter, then a guy like Tyke Smith can come in. Very similar skill set, not nearly as tough a tackler, but it's very similar skill set to Brian Branch.
okay.
Where could play safety, could play, but probably more of a slot. James Williams is not going to be a safety. James Williams is going to be a linebacker.
He's that hybrid. Here, I see a little bit of Keanu Neal in him. I mean, when he hits, he hits. But
yes, he does. That's for sure.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good safeties. Like Jalen Simpson, I think is very underrated. In my opinion,
I'm gonna go with Williams because I like I think what they did with Sherwood and Nazardine, who were kind of like safeties, and they drafted them to kind of make them linebackers, I think that fits the mold of what this scheme is looking for. And I think that could be a guy that the Jets look at and say, we need you. I think I'll put Williams in there. So we got Baker, Beebe, Estime, and Williams. And we're going to start with that.
I'll be surprised if it's not Baker. I can't see the poll, but I'll be surprised if it's not Baker and Beebe.
Beebe's at 91%. Baker's at 8%.
Wow.
It's just the two of them so far through 12 votes.
Well, if Dom nominates somebody, you got to bump them up like 50% on the poll. So we know how that works.
Yeah.
Which is totally good.
But I nominated Baker, and he's not getting any love.
Well, no, it's we're going with both of them if they're both there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
Yeah.
I get that.
So it's 76-8. Watch, Baker will go in between our two picks.
Right?
I
Just
know
to
that
screw everything up for
the
you.
Raiders, so you don't know what the hell they're going to do.
If it's a blowout,
Someone
Nick,
pick
just kill it.
Usually in the spot, not that this matters, it's a mock. But
I mean,
a lot of times the Raiders
yeah.
take a quarterback here in the spot.
It's 78-17, and then Estimate.
There's no good quarterbacks left. They're already all off the board.
They are, yeah.
It's close between Baker and Estime for the second. I'm going to leave up to like 10 more seconds. Get your vote in.
Okay.
We got 5. No,
And I'll tell you,
late surge.
PFF is way too low on Jarvis Brownlee. I think he's a second round talent. I think he's going to be a special player in the league. Yeah. There's nobody. I mean, I'd put him right up there with the best corners in this draft in press man coverage. I mean, he's just a dog. He really, really is. And he's inside, outside, flexible. I think that PFF has him rated way too low. One of my favorites in this class.
All right. So we're going to go Cooper Beebe now. Beebe?
Okay.
Beebe.
BB?
And then Baker if he's there. If not, we get a little chaos thrown into it.
All right. Let's see.
Beebe and
No.
Eichenberg.
All right,
Baker goes. All right.
Oh, nice and easy.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is a great draft so far. This would be a home run.
That's what happens when you start a mock at 11. We got to think outside the box.
Trades is
Okay.
overrated, boys. Trades is
We
overrated.
had 69 viewers again. I'm trying to get a picture when we get to 69. Oh, I can go back later and do it.
Okay.
All right.
Dano, listen, Dano asked the question. Listen, I have been offered gigs to be kind of full-time, not necessarily from an NFL team or anything like that, but writer and whatnot. And I got too good of a life and too good of a real job to ever consider doing anything differently. So this will always just be supplementary, but you never know. Never say never. All right, where are we going here, boys? Tip Riemann. Wow, that's early.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's the last 4 rounds. We can really go position less and go best available, whoever we like. So I'll flash
that's
some
fine.
positions. The running back class kind of thins out. Kamani Vidal got a lot of hype during the Senior Bowl. Not my favorite. Isaiah Davis is a guy I would definitely consider because he's a little bit of a bigger back, small school kid. Prides himself, which I appreciate. He prides himself in his pass protection. I think he showed out that to show that he can play with the big boys at the next level. You want to look at the tackles. Yeah, there's no one really. I mean, Brandon Coleman is probably going to move inside. He's a guy that I'd consider here because he's got that inside-outside flexibility. Doesn't have to. He could be a tackle. He could be a guard. He's long. He moves well. I'll show you the quarterbacks just in case there's no one really here.
Bradley, but I wouldn't want to take him this soon.
Oh, safety. Yeah, safety.
Yeah, definitely
Let's see.
safety.
Yeah, it thins out too.
Okay. Oh, I like Oladapo, and on the running back list, I like Cody Schrader a little bit out of that list. I actually like him more than I like Frank Gore Jr.
Yeah, Schrader's an interesting one. Schrader's an old prospect.
Yeah,
You know
he's
what I mean?
24.
Yeah, he's already 24. So, but but he was productive in a on a good team. Jordan Jefferson's another interesting one. I know we just took kind of that big nasty in Tavondre Sweat, but I think this would be phenomenal value for him. I'm curious to see if they've
who loves him?
adjusted.
You're gonna be shocked when I tell you this. You know who loves him? Little Nick.
Does he?
Little Nick takes Jefferson in every mock. Says, Daddy, he's big run stuffer. He's a big body. It's what we need up front. Takes him in every. The picture I sent you yesterday when he was just sitting on the couch doing a mock, he just took Jefferson.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to look at the like double dipping defensive tackle, instead of Jefferson, I might pivot to a guy like Marcus Harris or a guy like Gabe Hall because they offer a little bit more in the pass rush end of an interior guy. Those guys would be, again, you're correlated to what Solly Thomas is, kind of coming in, playing the same position as Q, not really, probably won't be on the field at the same time with Q unless you have some sort of NASCAR package in. But that's just that. And are there any positions you want to look at?
Can we see the safety list one more time, please?
Sure. I'm with you. I like Katana Oladapo as well.
Yeah, Oladapo, Proctor, okay.
Proctor's probably going to be an undrafted free agent. He's not very good at. I mean, I shouldn't say that. He doesn't excel at any one thing. He's probably more of a special team guy.
We already got Baker.
Wide receivers.
We got give him a look.
Yeah,
we got anyone that jumps out.
Yeah, not really. I mean, there's some names in here. Anthony Gould is he's kind of a stretch guy, his speed thing, but he's a guy that I think you can find that, in undrafted free agents. It's not a guy I'd really target in the 6th round. Personally, that's just me.
Yeah. Actually, for another pick, one other safety pick for maybe the next round would be Trey Taylor from Air Force. Won the Jim Thorpe Award. Hits hard, very, very smart, which he went to Air Force. I hope he's smart. But hits hard, good at diagnosing plays. Yeah, I think Trey Taylor could be a little bit of a sleep. At worst, I think he could be a really good special teams player. Right. At worst.
Tanner Bortolini's not a bad option for some interior depth as well. Again, center guard, flexible, probably more of a guard at the next level than center, or a center in a wide zone scheme. He could also play it. Like Joe Tippmann, I've obviously played with Joe Tippmann, filled in for Joe Tippmann once Joe Tippmann left, but we'll have some issues. We'll struggle transferring to snap the ball from shotgun because Wisconsin just never does it.
Okay. All right. Throw a name out. Dom, who would you take
here?
I'll
say Bortolini. I'll say Bortolini.
Okay. And just to make sure, so far we've drafted, was it Fuaga, Sweat, Beebe, Baker? Is it?
That's it.
Anybody in? That's it. Okay.
That's it. So I'll say Tanner Bortolini here. That's my pick.
All right. Adam?
Oh, yeah, is that the big board?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a few players I like, but nobody that I'm like 100% sold on in this spot, to be honest. Oh my gosh, we're on the bottom of the tackle list. I like Schrader, just not this early. Wait, I think we said Oladapo was on the board, so I'm going to put in. Yeah, let's put in Oladapo because I like him quite a bit. Yeah, team captain went to the Senior Bowl, so team captain Oregon State, so he's a Beaver leader,
and he was very good at Senior Bowl too.
I've been called that myself.
I'm sure.
What pick we went? 184, right?
184.
We got Oladapo. Dom, who was your guy?
Bortolini.
I was gonna with a B, right?
Yep. Yeah, not Tortellini.
Bort. Pull that up there.
Yeah, Harlan.
I know the spelling might not be wrong.
Yeah, Harlan, we'll definitely check out cornerback on the next for the next pick. I think that's a good idea
Jefferson. Too. All right, we got Oladapo, Bortolini, and Jefferson. I know Oladapo, Bortolini might not be spelled right, so leave me alone.
Who did you put up, Nick?
I put Jefferson.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out. I'm reading something right here. I just don't know if it's a troll. I don't know the source. Wyatt's World. 49ers are finalizing a deal to send Brandon Ayuk to Carolina Panthers.
What?
Really?
Yeah, it's got to be a troll. Yeah,
No
it
way.
looks like it's a troll career. A troll. No, it's not like
Was it the guy who's
Shefty
the
or anything
former
like
Jet
that.
Scout?
Does Carolina have anything left to trade?
Yeah, I don't know what they would trade.
Are they trading the Sam Mills statue outside Bank of America Stadium? What are we talking about here?
Oh, and Christian Wilkins looks like it's going to be a 2-man race for Christian Wilkins, the Texans and the Vikings.
Man, him going to the Texans. Holy shit. But this is what you do when you got that elite quarterback on the rookie contract. You go all in. All right, Bortolini is in the lead. We're going to do about 15 more seconds, guys. Get your votes in, please. All right. Bortolini, Don, make the pick. 50% of the vote.
It's a good pick. Good depth.
Yeah, at that round, that's very good value.
And Jefferson went the pick after.
And now you don't have to sign McGovern the weekend after the draft, or the
You
week
still got
after, right?
still got Kitano Oladapo here. I'd probably go him, or if Isaiah Davis is there. I'll pick. I know Y2K wants Oladapo, so I'll say Isaiah Davis. So there's 2 men in the poll here.
Oh, I was going to make it unanimous for us with Oladapo.
Can we scroll a little bit further down on the running backs? Just curious to see if there's any other names. Blake Watson. Okay. Oh man, how's Jawar? I feel like I'm the biggest Jawar Jordan fan in the world, and like nobody else is a fan of this guy.
Well, if you like, you like your old school 3rd down receiving backs, that's Jawar Jordan.
Yeah, I really like the highlights that I watched. Man, really.
Well,
did.
if we know anything about Jordan, it's that Scottie Pippen's ex-wife might date him. Thank you.
That's good.
So we got Oladapo, Davis, and who else?
Yeah, just go with those 2.
Right.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think we're going like quarterback in this route. Yeah, we should check corners in a bit, but
Yeah, there's going to be nobody left on the board. I can tell you that much.
Anybody here? I don't know anybody on this list.
Willie Roberts is the only guy that I've done any work on out of these guys, to be complete, like, full transparency. And he's good.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a slot at the next level. Like, he's probably the only guy here that I've really worked up. And he's good. I don't have a draftable grade on him. I got him as an undrafted free agent, but a good player nonetheless.
MJ from Jack says super cradle robber. Yeah, Lara Pippen, man, she got some shit wrong with her. But it was good to see Jordan and Pippen back together again.
Curtis Jacobs is ranked 235 on this board. Like on the other ones we do, he's like 150-ish. Like we usually take him 4th, 5th round sometimes.
I didn't even look at the linebackers here. Let's see. Trevon Wallace is really good. Nathaniel Watson is the Eddie Olafosio. These guys, you got some good linebackers here. I'd probably go linebacker next pick for sure.
That's fine.
But what does the poll say, Nick?
80% for Oladapo.
Okay.
Ended now.
Kitano Oladapo. There you go.
Sounds good.
Scott, I think you said earlier, one day I got to let you guys do the picks. You guys do the picks. But I know what you're saying. Listen, I planned on doing a show Sundays and Thursday nights. I might be on the road, and I don't know the availability that I'm going to have. And I promise that I will make right for everyone who's done the Super Chat Challenge and who's owed airtime, even if I just have to call you one day and be like, hey, let's go. Half an hour. We're going on right now whenever I have availability.
Yeah,
I'll make it there.
At this pick, I'd lean either Nathaniel Watson or Eddie Olafosio. Two different linebackers. Watson's your traditional Mike. He would be your, CJ Mosley type, big, good, strong tackler. Not as adept in the pass game, but can drop back into his zone and so on and so forth. Eddie Olafosio would be your chase and tackle, scrape kind of off-ball, weak side linebacker, something in the mold of Quincy Williams. So it's really pick your poison here. I think that the Jets like Zaire Barnes to eventually take over from Mosley.
Chaz Surratt wasn't bad either when he got some burn last year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
he was pretty
Good
good.
special teamer.
I think the Jets are keen on Zaire Barnes taking over the middle linebacker position. So here I'm going to lead with Eddie Olfocio. Some more depth. I think he can offer you something on special teams and eventually, play next to or fill in for Quincy Williams when that contract's done.
Do you think Jamie Sherwood just basically last year we saw kind of what he is, plays a few plays a game, and that's pretty much it?
I'm a big Sherwood fan.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that the Jets utilize that Sam linebacker too much. In a 3 linebacker set, he's the 3rd linebacker. Right. I don't think you'll see him on the field too much. Again, I don't know if he's not. He doesn't shed tackles. He's still learning to play linebacker. He doesn't play well in a phone booth, inside the tackle box, as well as
Thanks, Sean.
like
Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Or Zaire Barnes. And he's not fast enough and doesn't scrape as well as Quincy Williams. So, he has a role. It's just a role that the Jets don't use too often because it's rare that they have like their base 4-3 set. I mean, they're a base nickel team.
Yeah.
So I'd say Olfocio.
All right, then I'll get behind it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
Right,
go ahead.
That's who we're picking.
That's a fun name to draft right there.
And the last one, guys, it's dealer's choice. I'll stay out of it and I'll let you guys pick.
Okay, we haven't picked up a running back yet.
That's
and
true.
We haven't picked like an edge rusher.
That is true.
We could go Carter Bradley if you wanted to go quarterback. There's some decent running backs. Yeah, Watson's not bad. I mentioned I like Jordan.
Carson Steele is a green bean favorite.
I'm sure just by the name I could see that.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Russell Wilson tweets himself. Year 13, grateful at Steelers. Russell Wilson to the Steelers. Done.
Well, then I guess they're not getting Tannehill. I think that just opened it up for the Jets.
Wow.
Breaking news. All right.
I do like that when people break their own news. I'm not going to lie. And then Rappaport has to retweet it. Schefter retweet it. But I love when people break their own news. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's cool. I'm not a Russ guy, but I appreciate that moment.
That'll be quite the quarterback watch for that team. That's for sure.
Dealer's choice, guys. You pick, man.
Okay, so
I'll stay out of it.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead, brother. You take this one.
You want me to pick this one? Okay, let's see. There's a few guys kind of dropping. Like King Iguacan is not a bad interior offensive line.
No, he's not. He's not bad.
Yeah, I like him.
Gabe Paul shouldn't be here either. I mean, he's going to be well off the board probably by day 2. Okay. I don't know why they haven't moved him up, but
okay. Let's check. We took safety. I think I'm kind of zoned in on running back at this point. You know what? I want Jawar Jordan to get drafted. I want Jawar
Jordan. It is.
This is going to be the guy. Yeah. Now, if I was being really ridiculous, I would. If I was being completely ridiculous, I would say Jason Henderson from ODU, the nation's leading tackler. But he's not getting drafted.
So here's your draft, guys.
Wow.
Talise Fuanga at 10, Tavondre Sweat at 72, Cooper Beebe at 110, Javon Baker at 112, Tanner Bortolini at 184, Catano Ladapo at 218, Eddie Olfocio at 256, and Mr. Irrelevant himself, Jawar Jordan.
Now, are these rankings based off? I think it's not just player, but really team need. I mean, how could Cooper Beebe be a C- at pick 110?
You know how it is, how they do it? We took him at 110. Their big board has him at 122, so they're saying it's a reach.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, you got to take these grades and just throw them right in the trash.
I mean, these grades are mostly terrible, but still they gave us a B. So yeah. I guess because they really like Fuaga. Hey, if this was our draft, I'd be good. I'd be more than good with this.
I'd be elated with this.
The main thing is just getting good in the trenches, in my opinion, and that does it. Those first 3 picks are, I think, as good as it could go. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if we were to pick not that I think we would ever pick Bortolini, but if we did, you'd have him and his college teammate together. Which one plays center?
If it came between those two, I'd probably say Tippmann is the better center. I just think he's still a little bit stronger. Plus, you can really utilize some different schemes, and you can maybe go to some more outside zone if you had the movement skill. I mean, they both move great, but Bortolini's athletic as hell, man. So, all right, listen, I got to cut out, guys.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, no, I'll let you guys finish up, but it was a pleasure chat as always. Adam, even more of a pleasure. I haven't seen you or haven't been on a show with you in a while, so nice to see you. And Nick, again, this is for you, buddy.
Thanks, pal.
You know what happens after 365, right?
366, because of course my
Amen.
first year had to be a fucking leap year. It had to be the longest year ever.
Amen. 366
Which
is
will make
next.
year 2 even easier.
Year 2 will be a breeze. It's not as long.
Yeah. So hang in there, keep grinding, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
All that happens is
Good night,
tomorrow,
Dom.
right?
Thank you.
All right, man.
Thanks, buddy. Did you get my text?
Oh, I
I was
actually
trying to
did.
get you to look. Oh,
Dude, put it this way. Can I guess what's in the text? Because I think I already have an idea what it would have been.
it's one of two things. So go ahead.
It's one of
What's
two
your
things.
guess?
Of course it is. Yeah, actually, I left my phone in the other room to charge. But is it
Okay.
the trivia or the wheel? Your pick tonight.
I just asked if you had anything trivia lined up.
I could always pull one out. You know me.
Oh, hey now. You know what? I'm so appreciative of the chat and the numbers that we have. I'm gonna put up a poll that says, "What next?
That's a good idea.
Trivia or a wheel?" So here, here. Let me do this for you. With all you do, let me bring this up real quick.
I'm gonna grab my. Okay, I'm gonna
Wait,
grab
don't
my
leave
phone.
because I'm doing this to show you. Hold on.
Okay.
So you bring up YouTube in a separate tab, and then you go over here to the bottom of the chat, and then you hit the plus next to the bar. You have to be on your channel though, and then you hit start a poll.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I will try that on Wednesday night for sure. Man, we're on twice here on the screen. Man,
Remove that.
It's quite the look.
Yeah.
Wait, it's like we've been cloned.
Two
The world
next
can't
is the
handle
lady's
two of
perfect
us.
choice. All right, what's next? What's happening now? Oh, trivia or wheel? Start the poll. Go ahead. You guys
Wheel
tell
or
us what's
move?
next. All right, let's stop sharing the screen.
Okay.
Boom. There we go. Kung Fu. Yeah, Russ over there. It's kind of a shocker. 1 year deal in Pittsburgh.
Did they say how much?
They don't.
I could see
Not
being an
yet. I'm
incentive
looking.
rating contract where with like a lot of bonuses, playing time. I think that would make a lot of sense for him.
All right. It's tied 50-50 right now.
If it finishes a tie, I think
Come
we
on,
have to
people,
do
get your
both.
votes in. We got over 50 people in here. We only got 10 votes. Let your voice be heard. Do you want to have Adam do trivia or do you want to do the wheel? For those that don't know the wheel, he's got 100 random jets throughout history on the wheel, and we'll spin the wheel, and we have to blindly place them on numbers 1 through 10. It's one of those you don't know who's going to come next. You can get Dwayne Robertson, who ends up being number 3 because that's the last one left. Oh, the wheel is winning 67%. All right. I'm going to close this. All right. Let's rock the wheel.
Yeah, well, thankfully in our last poll, Dwayne Robertson only wound up in spot number 9. So that.
Well, I knew that was a bad name that popped up.
Yep. That was a recent one.
I know you have no issue doing this. I need to refill my water.
Okay.
And I have to pee real quick before we start this. So I'm going to give you the airwaves, brother. You have all control to say whatever you want.
whatever I want. All right, guys. Well, we'll be doing the wheel in a little bit, but yeah, 3 hours. And well, hey, for Nick, I'll definitely say thanks everybody for spending your Sunday night with him, with me, and everybody else that he's had on the channel. But it is pretty cool to have such a crazy, awesome Jets community here, because when you suffer together, it makes suffering a little bit more manageable. So, and I think this week it's going to drive us a little bit crazy because we only have so much cap space to work with. So I think we will make some moves, but let's just not be that fan base that says, like, every time somebody signs, it's like, hey, is Joe asleep, or nobody wants to be with us, we got to play the Jets tax and all of that kind of stuff. So we'll get some players, but we've seen before. Joe Douglas is totally happy signing Corey Davis to a 3-year deal for $37 than watching the Giants go sign Kenny Golladay for 4 years, $75 million, have it blow up in their face. So, but I'm sure they got a couple of marquee guys they will target, and they will make what they feel is a very fair offer, a very reasonable offer, like they did with, say, a Joe Thuney. But when you have a chance to go play with Patrick Mahomes, yeah, it makes sense you go over there. But I don't think it's going to be for a lack of effort. Yeah, Dan, I gotta say, yeah, I've been saying like Alon the entire time. Then I saw him on Jake's show the other day, and it was Allen. I'm like, wait, he's an Allen? He's an Allen? So I had no idea that was the case. So now I don't know. Now I don't know if he's an Allen and Alon, or I'll just call him Double A. Maybe I'll just do that. Johnny, you're spoiling everything. Yeah, there are plans for the Virginia, yes, for Johnny and I and Nick to hang out in the next couple of weeks up in the Richmond area. So, and that'd be cool. I haven't seen Johnny in person in a long time. So, yeah, so that'll be fun. Scott, who's your number one free agent wish? I got to be honest, I think it's really Tyron Smith. I think we need to, here's the thing. Tackle is going to be very difficult to fill in free agency because it's so limited. But I don't want us going into the draft needing a free agent left tackle, or needing to draft a left tackle, because Fuaga, Latham, they're really right tackles. And I don't think you can count on both Alt and Fashanu or either of them being available. Now, Smith, yes, I know there's no perfect free agent. Whether it's age, durability, production, there's something you can knock with just about every free agent that there is. But remember, Tyron Smith this year played 942 snaps. That's the most snaps he had played in the last 5 seasons. So he's doing pretty well. All right, so if they could get him on a 1-2-year contract, and I'd still like to think that some offensive players would come over because they want to play with Aaron Rodgers, I would hope. But I'm going after Tyron Smith first and foremost in free agency. I'll be back in 15 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, thank you again to everybody. Tonight's been awesome. I never expected this many people to watch. And just if you're keeping track at home, Mess is the winner so far. Mess. If you're still here, you are winning the Super Chat Challenge. And thank you to everyone who took the time and money to do that. And all of you guys for still hanging out here this late. This is awesome. You guys know how much you guys mean to me. You guys know how much you've helped me get through this year. This has been, I did the Friday night hangout so that I didn't want to go out on Friday nights, and I had a commitment to being home and not having an urge to go out when it was early on. And I owe that to you guys. You know, new viewers, old viewers. Adam, we hung out many times on Friday nights.
Oh, yeah.
Was there a super chat while I was out? Oh, thank you, David.
Yep, there was. Johnny says that he has the same wicker chair that I do.
Put a stripper pole on?
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah, I know how to read. I know how to read stripper pole language. Don't worry.
I was like, Scott, yeah, we might need to cut your tab off at this point. I don't know. All right, so I got the list ready to go. Yeah, we could start whenever you want to.
All right, Scott, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for hanging out for this entire night, man. You've been here start to finish, as a lot of you have. Thank you, everybody. So, listen, this has been a very supportive, positive, I hope influential to anybody who needed it, educational to some. But now it's 11:50. We're in hour 3. We're entering hour 4. Let's get fucking nuts. Let's do a wheel. Let's get wild.
So what you're saying is I come in and the education part goes to hell. Okay, I got it.
You know what? No, not at all. Not at all. You were part of it with the draft, but now this is where craziness starts. And Superfan, 60-something people watching. I don't even care if everyone's awake. If your phone is just open to YouTube and you're dozing it off, just mute it, lower the volume, go to sleep, leave it open. But awesome. Thank you, everybody. Let's rock, man. Here we go.
Oh,
We're gonna...
it's not coming through? Okay. Hang on.
Nope. I just had to edit.
Oh, okay.
So again, for those that don't know, here he goes. Scott topping himself. Didn't want to wait for someone else. Get a bucket. I'm sorry. I had to go upstairs. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And one of my buddies in the house was in the kitchen. So he's going to give me a ride tomorrow. I got to get checked out and get my sleep apnea. I got to get that knocked out this week too, so I can get on the bus Sunday. But for those of you, thank you, Scott. I appreciate it, man. I will get a bucket. We spin the wheel. We randomly place the person 1 through 10, not knowing who's going to be next. So let's have some fun with this and put your vote in the chat. Let your voice be heard.
Yeah, If y'all, we could get a little bit crazy tonight. I'll tell you what. Everybody, for each spin, let's do something we've never done before.
Oh, I'm like, ooh, something new.
I got an idea. For each spin we do tonight, everybody, before we spin, we'll give you like a few seconds. Put your player in the chat who you think we're going to land on. If you get that one right, if it lands on the player you put in there, you can pick whatever number you want for the player that we land on. How about that?
That's right.
Okay.
All
right. So spin number 1, NY Jet Superfan wants Chad Pennington. Nick, you go first. Who do you want?
Tim Tebow. It's the first name I saw when I looked at it.
I got to go John Hall first and foremost. How could I not?
Nice. Respect.
Tego!
Yeah, Tego. Dom and Adam joined around 11. We did a mock. Dom just left. We got Fuaga. We got Montez Sweat in round 3. We got Cooper Beebe in round 4. We got Javon Baker in 4. So those first 4 picks hit really big.
Bordellini, we got Keaton Oladapo and some linebacker that we can't pronounce, and George Jordan at running back. All right, here we go. Yep, I see a few guesses in the chat. Okay, here we go. Spin number 1. Let's rock. And it's coming to a stop on, oh dear God, Mo Lewis. All right, not mentioned.
Not mentioned
in the chat. All right, so we're going to have to figure this one out together. All right, well, as we all know, Mo, one of the greatest linebackers of all time in Jets history, didn't quite get the recognition that he should have because you had the likes of Derek Thomas keeping him out of the Pro Bowls. But, was an all-time Jet, has not been inducted into the Ring of Honor yet. Hopefully one day he will be. I think it's because of one play that has not been the case.
Oh, what play are you talking about?
I have no idea.
You know what? I didn't even have to say it. If I was watching me and I saw this guy's comments all the time, I would think that Nick had a burner and the burner was Wild Wave. 10 gave Brady a career. I've said that before when we got him word for word. He's right up my alley, Wild Wave.
We actually had Mo. He came up on the wheel maybe two rounds ago, and we put him at number 2 at the time. But I remember the same line about Gabe Brady a career. I remember that.
All right, Jason, welcome, man. If you're new here, Jason, please subscribe, and if you're returning, man, thanks. We're having a big night here. Average 3.4.
Dane's already counting the average for us. Yeah, Dane's like our accountant right here. Nice job, brother.
I was going to say 3. My vote's 3.
Okay. All right. Then we will
I
go.
think he gets a bad rap for that, but anyone who watched the Jets during those years knows how impactful he was. He could cover, he could pass, he could stop the run. Mo did everything. And
Yeah,
that play tarnishes a very, very good career.
Sadly, it does. Sadly, it does. Okay, that's spin 1. On to spin 2. All right, guys. So,
Oh,
chat,
you did it? You put him at 3?
Yeah, we'll make him a 3. I'm
All
good
right.
with it.
So 3's off the board for those keeping track at home.
We could do a poll with different numbers on it. We could put like 2, 3, 4. We could do that if we wanted to get ridiculous.
I closed the YouTube out already.
Okay, good. All right.
I closed all that out.
All right, so the player guest is already coming in. I see Bilal Powell. I think Dane said that because he wanted to hear me say it. Bryce Petty, Kerry Rhodes, Vlad Ducas.
I'm going to go Vlad Ducas.
All right. Well, David already guessed Vlad Ducas.
Oh, did he? I didn't even see that. All right, hold on. I'll take Winston Hill. That's right in the same area.
Okay, I'll take Jeff Cumberland.
I didn't see it. David D, good call. I did not see that when you
Yeah, I got you guys. Okay, here we go. Spin number 2.
We got 2 Jason Morrows back to back in the chat. So Hank and MJ, who put them in simultaneously.
I can assure you nobody said Randy Rasmussen. But we did start off with 2 career Jets who played over a decade. Nobody played for the Jets longer than Randy Rasmussen. I think he played in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s and was a guard on the Super Bowl winning team, as I remember. So not a very well talked about Jet, let's say, but I believe an inaugural member of the Ring of Honor. So, yeah, this is one of those like sneaky all-time Jets is Randy Rasmussen. And the thing is, I think you could have easily put him in at number 3 as well. I feel like he's kind of on that level. But, I mean, if you were to put him at 2, I would have
Pro Bowls?
What?
Any Pro Bowls?
If they had them back then.
He was 80s, wasn't he?
Rasmussen was like 70s. Yeah, he played.
Oh, he's still alive, 78 years.
Oh, yeah, he's still with us.
Wow. Oh, I'm just impressed by all the 14s for games played next to him when it was a 14-game season.
Correct.
I was like, oh my God, this guy played week in and week out. Wow. Number 1. 16,
back when offensive
14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 13, 13, 14, 14. Wow.
What the hell happened to him in 1980? He played 8 games. I'm like, was that a strike year or something? Maybe that's what happened. But they weren't even counting. Yeah. So, so he was there a long time.
I'll put Randy. I'll put him below Mo. I mean, I can't put him above Mo Lewis. So maybe I'll go 5.
It's probably the recency bias. It looks like we're very heavy on the force. Wait, Mike, the stat guy says Calvin Ridley is about to be a Patriot. They just signed Bourne. They're going to sign Ridley too?
Hey, Mike. Dude, they have a ton of money.
I'm not seeing that anywhere.
Hey, Mike. Welcome, man. Thanks for showing up.
Thanks, Mike. Adirondack Fly Guy says, I don't understand what we're doing. Tune in more. This is become a huge thing. No, but seriously. So we're spinning the wheel that I created. It's the 100 random Jets. We randomly spin it. There's 100 New York Jet players on here throughout history, and it's a blind wheel. So with every player we land on, we're assigning them a spot between number 1 and number 10 on this top 10 list. So far we did our first spin, Mo Lewis. We decided to put him at spot number 3. Now we're on Randy Rasmussen, so we have to assign another number for Rasmussen because you could use every number only once. And ultimately at the end, we want to have a 1 through 10 list, like in order from best Jet to worst Jet. So that's kind of the idea. But I'm seeing a ton of 4s here. So I think number 4.
I'm not seeing numbers. I'm seeing a lot of commentary.
Dane.
All right. Yeah, I'm seeing
Dane,
some.
Yeah, super fan. Right. Yeah. No fake news, please. yeah, because I've got the notifications up for Schefter, Pelissero, Rappaport. No, yeah. I don't see this from anybody.
I'm okay with 4 or 5. If 4 wins, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that he played every game for like 9 straight years is enough to deserve that. You know
It's
what?
one of those things
14
where-
games a season. 14
Yeah.
games a season back then. 4
Yep.
works. Let's put him at 4. David,
It's
I like
one-
Turtles too.
It's one of those things where you know the names on this wheel. You know we're going to get a lot of Jets worse than him.
Yeah. Dave, I'm going to let you in. I open up a lot on this channel. I think you guys know a lot about me by now. I do like turtles, but my favorite animal is a penguin. I'm obsessed with penguins. I think they're awesome. That's it. A little random nugget there. Little random Nick nugget. One night we'll have Nick trivia.
That was one of your knickknacks, wasn't it?
Yeah. I just bought a friend of mine a penguin. It says I'm not short, I'm penguin size, with a picture of a penguin on the front.
Okay. And knickknack. So here's one of the worst jokes that I have. So a hitman confessed that he was hired. A local hitman confessed he was hired to beat a cow to death in a field using 2 small porcelain figures. Police admit this may be the first known case of a knick-knack paddywhack.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Nice super fan. I'm not a hockey guy at all.
That's
But
where I come in.
awesome. That's a penguin. Purchase Meredith. Look at this. Now we got all penguin facts coming in here. Dude, that's my goal, man. Like when I'm out on the road, if I don't get a dog, I'm gonna get a pet penguin and just take him around with me. Like I get jealous when I see these Instagram videos of people taking their penguin for a walk. Like how badass would you be if you rolled up to a park in the summer and like you got out and you took your penguin for a fucking walk? Like you think women go nuts over cute dogs? You got a penguin, you're getting all the punani in that park that night. Chicks are gonna throw themselves out.
I didn't know chicks dig the pens. Okay.
Chicks dig penguins, bro.
Chicks dig the pens. Okay.
Mike the Stat Guy says this is per
Here
Jeremy
comes it.
Fowler.
Yeah, Elon trying to make fun of the Rangers. Okay, yeah, him and the Icelanders. Hey, Elon, go watch the NHL 48-minute documentary about the stadium series where the players were mic'd up for both games. It was a very, very entertaining watch, I must say. All right, are we ready for spin number 3? Let's wait for the name spin.
Give everyone a recap.
Yeah, so far we got Mo Lewis at 3. We've got Randy Rasmussen at 4. All right. So, yeah, chat, start putting your guesses in. Remember, if you put a player's name in the chat, just vote once, of course. If we land on your player, whichever player we land, you get to put him any spot on the board that you want. So we're giving the power to the people. All right, I'm going to go with Leonard Williams.
I'm going John Connor.
We got John Connor a lot, don't we? We land on John Connor a ton. All right.
I don't think I've done him.
Yes. All right. Super fans. All right. I'll give got about 5-6 guesses. I'll give it another few seconds for some guesses to come through. I see Wayne Hunter. I see Brad Smith, Bilal Powell, Vinny Testaverde, Aaron Glenn, Joe Klecko. All right. Okay. So, Stephen Hill. Okay. Le'Veon Bell. All right. I think that's pretty good. All right. Here we go. Spin number 3. And we are landing on perhaps the GOAT, Curtis Martin, number 28. Do I even need to run down the resume?
Yeah, no, I can't have this be a 6-hour show. I think it's obvious, right? I think we'll all put number 1. I don't think anyone will put a number besides 1.
Absolutely. Yeah, Curtis Martin is definitely a name you want to get right at the beginning. You do not want to be between spots like 7 and 9 or whatever. And then it's like, I got to put Curtis Martin like in spot 9 or something like that. Okay, guys. Yep, I think we're going to call that one. Yeah, Curtis Martin. So we've started filling in spots 1, 3, and 4. So we've gotten some good Jets so far.
I have a quick question for the poll, for the chat. Are there any Jets that you would put their career above Curtis Martin? Like Joe Namath's career, I know he won the Super Bowl, but his career may not be better than Curtis's.
Would you
Darrelle Darrell
Joe
Rivas' peak may have been better. Oh yeah, I was saving him for last because that's the one I wanted to discuss. Rivas's 2 years with the Jets were elite, but I don't think his career, those 2 years were untouchable. They're the best 2 years we've seen. I mean, Sauce is up there now with those, but I mean, Klecko and Martin to me are 1-2 for the greatest Jet careers.
How many games? I know after Klecko left the Jet, it's something when you're like a career Jet or a career, you fill in the blank on the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Klecko went to the Colts after he left the Jets, but I don't think he played more than a few games with them, as I remember. I don't even know if he did play with the Colts, but I know he signed there. But, Curtis Martin was a Patriot, and so but still when he was with the Jets, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, Dane, I'm not saying Rivas only had, but some of those years at the end were not Rivas years. They were after 2 ACL injuries. He came back for that big contract that McCagnon gave him. But we can discuss that another night. Go ahead. Let's hit the wheel. That might be, at least the first that I've ever been a part of, a unanimous selection. Yeah. That's the first unanimous selection I've ever been a part of with you.
I'm thinking there have been a couple of number 10s that might have been unanimous as well. I think maybe I don't know if Kyle Wilson was.
There's always somebody who throws out a 9 just in case. You know what I mean?
Case, right? Yeah. But this early in the process, yes, I would agree with that. Yeah. I mean, some of our number 10s, I'm actually looking in retrospect, some of our number 10s have been good. Ray Mickens, Santonio Holmes. I mean, we've had some Lamont Jordan. I mean, sometimes our 10s turn out pretty well once we have Browning Nagel. But anyway,
this is and
we got Hackenberg one time.
Good wheel
so that would be a unanimous 10. No doubt about it. Okay.
Very, very good wheel so far.
Yeah, very good. All right, I'm looking at some of the lists right now.
Somebody put Giacomini.
Spin 4.
You know what? I'm going to go with a guy that we get quite often. I'm going to go with Lavernius Coles.
Lavernius Coles? Okay. I'm going to – Johnny, we took Demetrius Patterson off the wheel because nobody knew who he was. I'm going to say Eric Decker. I think that one's – I think that one's
Van Ryan then. All right. Let's rip.
All right. Here we go. Spin number 4. And it's coming to a stop on Victor Green. Man, this wheel is ridiculously good right now. Nobody guessed him either.
Right, I am not gonna comment at all because Victor Green is my favorite. Him and Marvin Jones are my favorite 2 Jets defenders of all time. And I've actually had discussions with Victor Green privately in his DM about joining the show one day. So to me, Victor Green deserves to be number 2 because Victor Green, that's the highest spot left.
Yeah. So
I love Victor Green. Victor Green had a 2-interception game in Miami. One of them, Jay Fiedler, I believe, rolled out. Victor Green kind of did what Jermaine Johnson did in Cleveland. He jumped, batted it, intercepted it. And I went nuts at Ruggs and Riffy's bar in Woodbridge, New Jersey, which is no longer there. And me and my sister almost fought a married Dolphin couple. And I said some highly inappropriate things.
Oh, boy.
I said highly. One of the worst things. I think in the chat just 2 weeks ago, I said some of the worst things I've ever said to people. And I told him I would his wife in front of him as my sister held him back because he wasn't man enough to break the hold. Drinking Nick was an asshole.
Oh, boy. As opposed to sober Nick, where you're, for the most part, all right. Well, no, but so I'm looking at this. So Knobcraft actually ranked Victor Green a number 8. Nick, would you like to respond?
Oh, nah, take that wrench away.
Wow. Yeah, he put a wrench in those plans. My God.
Yeah, Mike was that guy. It was the late 90s, man. It was the late 90s, early 2000s. Right, it was a wild time. It was messed up. I agree.
All right, so we've got available spot 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I think right now the chat is kind of leaning towards a 5. It's kind of like all over the map, as opposed to 2.
I vote 2 because it's the highest spot, and I'm a huge Victor Green fan. I know nobody will agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would go about. I think I would be okay with 5. But to me, Lewis, Rasmussen, Green. To me, you could like kind of toss them all up in the air, and however it lands, it lands. I think they're all very, very good Jets.
I'm gonna give
not elite, but the next level down.
what numbers are we debating here?
I think we could go. Well, I mean, 2 is available, and anything from 5 on is available. But I think most people are going 5 here.
Johnny's like, that's how I met my wife.
Oh boy.
Sometimes it depends what time of day it is.
Scott, Nick, does your sister have a beard?
Yeah. Oh man.
I hate to say this, man, but I think this is going to be a 5. I think this is where the chat's going.
No, it's where it's fitting. It's fitting. I was even debating if we go one lower in case 2 gets filled and we get another big name.
Okay. So we're good with 5 then?
Yeah. Nostalgia wants me to say 2, but
yeah. Mike, yes. Yeah, you could guess a new. Yeah, before every spin, put your name down.
Yeah, Mike.
You can keep changing your name. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Every spin, you get to change it.
Yeah.
Go however you're feeling. You could pick one guy and ride it out or a change. I'm going to go with, since we've talked so much about Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson going there.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to pick both guys I looked at were Pittsburgh guys. It was either Plaxico or Doug Bryan.
I thought you were going to go
Bryan.
Bell.
No, I don't even
I
want to
thought you were
discuss
going
it.
Le'Veon Bell, I swear.
I'll go Doug Bryan because that, to me, I cannot believe that in the worst grass stadium to kick in, Herman Edwards had them take a knee instead of just like trying to do like a tush push and go forward. And then that kick hit the crossbar, right?
Yeah. That's
you want to lose yardage when you're in the 40s at Heinz Field on a sloppy ass field.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna
Dane.
go...
Dane says I looked at Doug Bryan too. There's no fucking way he's coming out then.
No. I'm gonna go. Yeah, we've been on this level of very good Jets, but maybe not the elite Jets or like the absolute top of the rung. I think we're gonna stay on the same level. I'm gonna go with Kyle Clifton.
All right, I'll defer to Dane, and I'll give Dane
Okay.
Doug Bryan, and I will change mine, and I will go with Kyle Brady. I don't see Kyle Brady in there anywhere.
So we're each going with a Kyle. All right, here we go. Spin number 5.
Kyle Lowry.
It's not a Kyle. It's Tim Tebow.
I said him earlier.
Oh, I can't wait to see where the chat goes here.
Oh my God! Give him Chad Pennington's number. As a Jet, he did nothing.
Was he?
He was
was
a
he
full
15. He was 15, wasn't he?
Number 15. But I'm saying give him 10 in the
give him
fucking
10.
wheel.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a human being, either number 1 or number 2. As a New York Jet, oof.
I'm making an executive decision. Dane said 9. Wild Wave says 11. That averages out to oh, we almost had another unanimous. Oh, wait. David says 9. Superfan says 9. 11. Averages out to a 10. All right, it's a 10.
Shane McGarry, you're right. Mets legend Tim Tebow. Let's go, Mets.
Very good, Shane. Very good, bro.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing they don't have like his banner on the wall in Buffalo or New Orleans, wherever the AAA team was at the time.
What did he play for? The Clearwater?
It was what?
Did he play for Clearwater? Who did he play for?
No, he was with the Mets. Clearwater would be the Phillies. Yeah, but the AAA team was like rotating between Vegas, Buffalo, New Orleans. Now it's in Syracuse. The Mets were moving around for a bit, but now they're in Syracuse.
They're all over
next 20 years. The thing with Tebow though, he was just put into a crappy situation. I mean, they had no idea what to do with him.
I like that. Mike, the stat guy, is referring to himself as like The Rock in third person. He says, "Stats say 10."
I thought he was actually looking stats.
I read. I thought he was saying like the Knicks said 10.
Hey, this jabroni. All right.
The stats say 10. Oh, Port Lucie. That's their training facility.
Port St. Lucie,
Tebow,
yeah.
tight end, fullback, special team. All right, let's just put 10 and get off of this.
Should we
get
just
off of
make
this
it a 10?
subject.
Yeah, should we just make it a 10 and go with it?
We're going.
Okay. 10 for the number of commandments in the Bible. All right, that'd be perfect. Okay, so just to recap, halfway through, guys, it's going fast. We've got at 1 Curtis Martin, 3 Mo Lewis, 4 Randy Rasmussen, 5 Victor Green, and 10 Tim Tebow. So we got 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to go.
So now all I want, because for those of you that don't know, the thing that I love the most is chaos. I want to find someone else who is more deserving of being 10.
I know who I'm picking.
Oh, Blair Thomas.
Blair Thomas? All right, I'm going to say a player who's not
Actually,
quite
no,
on-
Blair Thomas had a better career as a Jet. You take the draft pick, you look at the stats.
Yeah.
Contribution as a Jet, it was better.
Yes, Johnny, I did see SmackDown. Yeah, the entrance was amazing.
Oh, the Lightning?
For the Rock, yeah, with the lightning bolt. I'm gonna say Denzel Mims. I don't think we've
Browning
ever had
Nagel.
him before. All right. Let's give everybody a moment here. I see Brandon Marshall, Kevin Barlow. I don't even remember putting Kevin Barlow on the wheel. Curly Norman, I think you're just making a name up here, but that's cool. Curly Norman doesn't care. He wanted trivia. All right, David D says Colson. Nathan Cole,
All right,
Zach Wilson, Marty Lyons. That's a good one. D. Miller.
Is Brandon Marshall on here?
I'm positive I put Marshall on there. If I didn't put him on there, then that'd be a bad job by me. But I'm positive.
Well, I know you rotate guys. That's all.
Yeah, I do try to take a few out here and there to sort of keep it fresh. But yeah,
I see Brandon Moore.
I don't see him.
I see Brad Smith.
Brad Smith. I might have left him off. Bart Scott, Brandon. That's Brandon Moore.
Browning Nagel. I see Braylon Edwards. I see Braden Mann. No, I went around the whole wheel with names.
Yeah, I must have taken Marshall out. Yeah, I will say
rotate guys. He does rotate guys.
Yeah, when my computer crashed. Yeah, because this laptop, I don't know if you know, this computer crashed about a month or two ago, and I lost just about everything. But the one saving grace I did have is that I had previously emailed the wheels to my personal email address. If I hadn't done that, I would have had to make everything all over again. So I think what I went to that is the old wheel that I had started out with, and I made 1 or 2 changes to it since. But because I think I had added Brandon Marshall later on, but I think the wheel that we're working with tonight didn't have Marshall at the time, if that makes sense. So, yep, Shane. Yep. We got the Yeboah news. Justin McCarron's. I know. I'm positive I had him on too at one point. Yeah. If not, believe me, I would definitely put McCarron's on there. So. All right, well, here we go. Spin number 6. Let's do it. Yeah, a lot of names came through. And Jordan Jenkins at one time the Jets' greatest pass rusher. But for a 4th round pick, he actually wasn't bad considering what we usually get out of our mid-round picks. Hang G with a great one. How about Kari Vedvik? Yeah. The one thing is I'm not putting any current Jets on the wheel because the story is yet to be written. Outside of Zach Wilson, but we all know the deal with him. All right, Jordan Jenkins. An okay player, but I'm seeing a lot of 7s and 8s. Nick, are you there? I can't hear you.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just kind of letting the chat comment.
Frank Reich is not on this wheel.
I don't think Jordan Jenkins is awful enough to say with this many spots left he should lock up number 9. I'm okay with an 8. What was it? Him and Lorenzo Malden were our pass rush duo at one point, right?
Lorenzo Malden, I felt like he was out of the league immediately. Yeah, we are straight.
Wasn't Jordan Jenkins from Georgia?
Yeah, he was.
All right, I move him up to an 8 just because he's from Georgia.
I thought you liked the Georgia players. I thought you'd make him a 7.
Wow. Well, I was going to say, yeah, you're right. Move on 7. The Steelers are getting Russell Wilson for the veteran minimum of $1.21 million because the Broncos are going to pay Russ $38 million this year. So the Steelers get him for the league minimum.
Oh my God!
Which
Comeback player of the year. Write it down right now.
Which now contributes to this being the worst trade in NFL history because you're paying $38 million to another team to have a starting quarterback. That's nuts.
Oh, I could so see comeback player of the year for him. I'm already going to make the pick. Curly Norman's had to take off. Have a good night, man. Good to see you.
Later, buddy. Thanks for joining, man.
All right.
Love to see you again soon.
Yeah, for
all
Jake
you guys, man. Thank you so much. Still hanging out this long. Most of you have been here since it started at like 8:45. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome. You really are.
Oh yeah. All right. I think we're pretty much in a dead split between 7 and 8, counting your 7, Nick.
You know what? I'll give Scott Foster. Scott's put a couple super chats in, and right now he's in the lead with the last one. So, Scott, give me a 7 or 8.
David
Watch
D
him not be here now.
David D just threw a late 8 in, so I think we might be lead. I think we might have to go with an 8 on this one.
I think the 8s are in the lead.
All right,
Johnny's
all right,
8.
we're going. Yeah, it's 8. All right, that's done.
Watch, Scott will put in 7 now, just after.
No, Scott's about comeback player of the year. Yeah.
See, Scott put 7 in.
Too late. We had 2 more 8s that came in. All right, so we got 4
Sorry,
spots.
Scott. I got overruled by the Wheelmaster.
You did. No, actually, there were a few extra 8 votes that came in afterwards. So
yeah, I saw.
8 went out. Yeah. All right, we've got 2, 6, 7, and 9 left to fill. I think we're doing pretty well so far. Okay,
2, 6,
guys, let's
7,
start putting in our guesses for spin number 7. I'm going to save that one.
Jeremy Curley.
Oh, Jeremy Curley. Okay, I'm going to go with Marcus May.
2, 6, 7, and 9 remain. We got a Scotty McKnight, a Tim Boyle, an Al Toon. All right, let's rip because I am starving and I got to eat.
All right, we'll roll through these. Okay, here we go. Spin number 7. And it's coming to a stop on. Oh my gosh. Oh, so close. It was almost Jeremy Curley, but it's Foley Fatukasi.
Houston Texan? Is that where he went today?
Yeah. Everybody's going to go to Houston.
If they get him and Christian Wilkins, oh my God.
Oof.
Will Anderson's going to have 20 sacks next year with all that pressure up the middle.
Yeah, they will be. I don't know if there'll be room to bring back Sheldon Rankins, but I mean, who knows?
2, 6, 7, and 9.
2, 6, 7, and 9. Yeah, I think this is. Do you rate him higher than Jordan Jenkins or lower than Jordan Jenkins?
I could put him ahead of Jordan Jenkins. He was a good run stuffer.
Yeah, I think with him, especially, he was like a 6th-round pick. You either got to make him the 7 or the 9 spot here. I can't make him 2 or 6.
I mean,
but he was fine.
It's asking if you want to drown to death or get burned to death, right? Like it's neither one of these is great. So yeah, I could put
Nathan Colgrove wants to go 6. He really likes Foley.
Adam, you want to read this super chat from Dane?
I'm sorry, my phone's in Portuguese right now. I can't read it very well.
I got you.
Yes, it's a $2 super chat from Dano.
All right. I'll read it since it's in Portuguese. It says, Adam, esta pinga es no grande. It says, verbalize this if your penis is super tiny. Dane, thank you, and you're welcome.
That should have been a $69 super chat, but anyway.
Nice.
Mike,
Mike, you are making the mistake. You sound like a virgin to the wheel. It only gets worse. There's 6 good names, 30 average players, and 60 piles of shit.
Like a virgin spinning for the very first time. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, he is a wheel virgin.
I'm gonna have to double check the wheel. I may have to change a few things up for next time. Put it this way: if Dimitri Patterson was on this damn thing, you know this is the old wheel.
Dude, you know what we do one night?
What's that?
We do like a 25. Like one night we dedicate to just the wheel, and we do like 25. Like we do like a big list. We get better names in there, and then you know what I'm saying, or 20, and we just make it nuts.
But do the same wheel every single time. I say we could do that, but I feel like I'd want to switch wheels a little bit because it could get a little repetitive. But because we still got ones for quarterback, for coaches, for draft classes. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe after the 23rd, we'd get a little tired.
It is,
or do some sort of stipulation on it, something to like do a wheel where we automatically go. Whoever we land on is 1. The next player we land on is 2, and we like go in order. So it has to be in order. That would be another way to do it.
I feel that I have to combine Knob's comment with Dane's, so I will reread Dane's super chat first. And it says, verbalize this if your penis is super tiny. And then Knob follows it up with a super chat that says, oh, you read that. All right, cool. You read that part.
I got you on that one. Yeah.
Very tiny.
Dane's mentioned the wheel of coaches. Dane, we did it one time. It may have
so
been
depressing.
It was so bad. Nick was tempted to start resume drinking. It was so bad.
That's a good joke though. I'm not even mad. That's a good joke.
I knew you could handle it. No, now Craig, do a draft bus wheel. Dude, this is the draft bus wheel. I'm just kidding.
It is so bad. I tried to cut off another toe just to go to the hospital and get away from it.
Oh my god! The thing is with the draft bus wheel, we could go like all the way back to like the 60s and the 70s with names we don't even know, like old school draft bus.
We don't do a top 10. We do a bottom 5.
A bottom 5. That would work. Yeah, that would work. But yeah, like when we did the coaches wheel, I'm like, we just got to do 5 coaches. We cannot do anymore because it is just so freaking putrid. How bad that wheel was.
All right.
And the quarterbacks was not
Foley? Did we settle on Foley?
Foley, we got a little sidetracked, but that's okay because we were talking about tiny penises. Okay, I think now
4 hours to get to that point.
4 hours to get that tiny? Oh God. All right, right now. For the votes I see, I think 9 is in the lead slightly. But, guys, let your voice be heard. If you want to vote for Foley, we got 2, 6, 7, and 9. Put your votes in. We'll give you like 30 seconds. Come on.
9. Yeah, Scott, I love the honesty.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here. My whole show's about honesty and transparency.
All right, Mike's leaning towards a 7. Okay, think we're good. We'll go with 7 for Foley. All right, that's it.
Yeah, I got to get done with this quick, so let's try to get this done in 5 minutes.
Okay, let's just finish it off. Let's just we'll make our predictions. We'll just kind of finish it off here. All right, I'll pick Derek Mason. David D with a super chat, $2 super chat, saying he's super sexy.
Hold on. Guys, I know that tampering period starts tomorrow. A lot of guys are signing contracts in. But breaking news, David D is super sexy. It has been confirmed. Schefter tweeted it. Oh, baby.
And he knows it.
There you go, Dave. That was the best $2 you've ever spent with somebody clothed.
All right. I'm saying Derek Mason. Who are you going to say?
I thought I said it. Give me my boy, JoJo Townsell.
I was going to save that for spin number 10, to be honest with you. All right, here we go. Spin number 8. And we're coming to a stop on Sam Darnold. Well, I'm willing to bet he's not going to finish in spot number 2. We've got 2, and we've got 69 as well. 2, 6, and 9. So are we going to put Sam at 6 or 9, realistically, with Foley and Jordan occupying spots 7 and 8.
Well, I can only answer this one way. If you are a Morristown bar slut, you would put him at a 6 and a 9 and probably give him mono while doing it.
That happened.
That happened. And then Trevor Simeon got his leg snapped from Myles Garrett because of it. You hooked up with a slut in Morristown, and then I get my leg snapped in half. Crazy world, man. The NFL.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be he's definitely going to be the 9 on here. But I will say this, and I said this on my show the other night.
I don't know, man. That first game against Detroit when we scored 48, I thought we'd be fucking amazing forever.
Yep. It turned out to be the Lions.
First NFL pass, and we dropped 48 in the game.
Dude, you know how good that night was? Darren Lee had a pick 6. What else do I need to say? Darren Lee had a pick 6, another colossal bust. But, I mean, the thing with Darnold, if he had not been a Jet already, I would target him for backup quarterback for this team right now.
He should never come back here. He should never come back here. I tweeted it today. The fans treated him like shit. The media treated him like shit. He deserves better than what he got here. He should never come back here.
Oh, don't worry. This time the organization would lift him up, just like with Zach Wilson.
I just think that
frustrating.
As much as you could say they're athletes and they get paid, that they are humans. And I thought we tore everything down when he was here and never gave him a chance to succeed. So I hope for his sake he never comes back here. But I see the chat saying 9s.
Yeah.
All right.
We did give him a 6 since that pick 6 he had on his first pass, but after that he did really well.
We did score 34 points in 3 straight games that one year with Adam Gase against the Giants, the Redskins, and the Raiders.
Oh yeah, that was the Redskins game I was at. Yeah, I was at that game. Yeah, who was it? Who's the tight end that game? Oh yeah, Dan Brown had two touchdowns that game, and that was also the game Dwayne Haskins threw his first career touchdown. Rest his soul. Yeah, we were actually helping out. We were helping Redskins fans a chance sell the team. So we joined in with them.
Yeah, you didn't know that, Johnny?
Yeah, we tried.
I like that Johnny keeps going back and forth, I think, from doing something to YouTube. So sometimes he comments and the blue wrench is there for my channel. Then other times he comes up and it's not there because he's coming back to your channel.
Oh, I didn't even see Johnny post that.
Yeah, let's lock it in at 9.
All right, number 9. That's it. Okay. We got 2 picks left. We got spot 2. We've got spot 6. Now, usually the first 8 spins, we have something in place that's looking pretty good. This is usually where we have a little bit of a challenge. But
I told you we should have put Victor Green at 2. I told you we should have Victor Green at 2.
Well, hey, maybe this time we'll get like Mark Gastineau. Who knows? In fact, I'm going to say we're going to get Mark Gastineau.
Calvin Pryor.
All right, here we go. Spin number 9. We've got 2 left. And we're coming to a stop on, oh, dear God in heaven. We should have made Sam number 6.
We're going to put him at 2 for the 2 clipboards he held every game. All right, put him at 6. That's obvious. And let's let it rip.
Hackenberg.
And now Johnny's back to my channel. Johnny's great.
Yep. Johnny was on that trivia. I drank more. Oh, my God. That was the first and last time I drank Truly Pineapple Seltzer. I drank like 4 of them in the parking lot because that's what they had. That was about all we had.
Remember before when it was the Tim Tebow, and I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to see who had a worse career than him." I forgot Hackenberg was on the wheel.
It was Hackenberg.
So Hackenberg's at 6 for never playing a play. Poor Jordan Jenkins. Poor Foley Fatukasi.
Pretty much on the same. Yeah, which means James Morgan would be about a 5, because he wasn't as high a draft pick.
I would like to say one thing to you. In the moment, they all looked like 10s.
Got it. All right.
That's all that matters.
That's true. That is true. That's kind of like the situation with the wheel. If you're far enough away and you're squinting enough, everybody on the wheel does look like a 10. All right. Well, we got one more spin left tonight, and it's going to be for spot number 2 between Curtis Martin and Mo Lewis. All right. Here we go.
Wait. We got to get guesses in on this.
Yes.
We got to get guesses in on this.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's not going to be somebody deserving of number 2. I'm going to go with Brian Poole.
All right. Brian Poole.
It's going to be somebody. You know what? I'm going to go with Christian Hackenberg again. It's like the roulette wheel. If 17 hits, you double it down again.
I don't know if we're going to get a great one this time. I think it's going to be sort of like that middle of the range sort of thing. I'm going to say Brian Thomas.
Nice.
Brian Thomas. Scott says Joe Willie. Nathan, no, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be on this wheel. No current players. Matt says Corbett. Hank G says Brian. All right. Okay. Yep. Ryan, that was good. He was a Redskin fan. Oh, my God. That was his birthday. Yeah, he was a good dude. It would
be the best.
Johnny, of course, was John Hall. David D says Kellen Clemens.
The fucking argument over John Hall with Tego for 20 minutes was great.
That should be clipped and made its own video. That's all I'm saying.
I couldn't sit through watching it. I don't know how the chat did.
I don't know either. I was just like, what? This is like watching a car crash. You see the first tire blow, it's like, okay, how long is it going to be until the car completely crashes? But it was entertaining in the process. Okay, here we go. Spin number 10. Let's finish it off for the night, guys.
Let it rip.
Because I got to get to bed too. And it's going to be Jericho Cotchery. That's a pretty good way to finish off the show. I don't know if I would put him above some of these guys, but yeah, we all love Jericho for sure. The new coach of Limestone University football in South Carolina. So congratulations to Jericho. To JC.
Awesome. All right, brother. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for your friendship.
You're welcome. I'm going to get out of the share thing here. There we go.
Thanks, man.
Right. Thanks. Hey, right, Nick, I appreciate your friendship. Guys, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Fantastic job tonight. And let's hope and pray that this upcoming week is fun. And, hey, I'll see you guys Wednesday night, 10 p.m. on my channel for a little free agency recap. Should be fun.
Yeah. All right. Later, brother. Thank you. All right. Almost 4 hours, guys. Thank you so much to everybody. Today was important to me. And someone asked me a few weeks ago, what are you going to do? Anything special for it? I'm like, I hang out with the boy during the day. And I probably do a show at night. And that was when this whole Thursday, Sunday thing kicked in. And I was like, you know what? I'll just do Sunday nights. And it's paid off. You know, the viewership is great. Your participation's awesome. You guys have been really, really awesome to me. So I want to give back to you guys. I want to do these shows, and thank you, everybody. So in closing, as always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Have a good night. Go Jets.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. The game has begun. To another year so sobriety. Y'all can't make this lose. Oh, thank you, Dane. Thank you. I'm playing the video and I'm like, should I end it? And then I had a feeling I shouldn't. But I'm going to end the video right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Penguins rock, Dave. Penguins rock. Good night, everybody. Enjoy tampering period tomorrow. I got a doctor appointment in the morning. You might see me pop on in the afternoon. I know Matt said he's going on, but I might try to get on for a little bit myself if anything happens. So good night. Thank you again, everyone.